Hi guys and gals, it's John
Emily
from AFK Books and Records, your home of independent retail right here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We are so excited today. We're going to show you the entire Record Store Day list for April 2022. Absolutely amazing. This is our 12th year participating in Record Store Day. Absolutely amazing.
Yep.
It's Record Store Day's 15th anniversary, and we've actually got a cool book. This paperback is out right now, and we've got a hardcover book. But we're going to show you all of the records. This year, something really cool has also happened in that we ordered everything and we got absolutely everything for the first time. We're going to have every single official title, at least for the April 23rd Record Store Day. Absolutely amazing. There are only 4 that we don't have on hand right now that are in boxes that are coming this way, and we'll show you those anyway. But we're super excited to be able to have one of everything. How cool is that? Yeah. Plus a bunch of great unofficial stuff, UK stuff, soundtracks, all kinds of other fun things that we found that we grabbed at the last minute. So we're super excited. Just as a reminder, all of this is first come, first serve. We're going to be opened up at 8 o'clock on April 23rd. And no holds, no pre-orders, none of that. Where your place in line is what you can buy. You can buy up to 20 items per round when you come through the store. All of the details on the event you can find on our Facebook event page. It's really the best way to learn all this without me spending a lot of time talking about it now. So go to afkbooks.com on Facebook, go to the discussion on that page. Also, there'll be updates if there are any issues with arrivals, but right now we've got 99.9% of the inventory in. Yep. So if you want to message us or call us with quantities, we can start working through that and let you know what we've got as well. So first off, let's get started with this one right here. And actually, let's step back. Let's take one step back before we dive into this release, because let's talk about, we're all going to take a step back right now. How did Record Store Day get started? So I think in 2008, 2009, a bunch of independent record store owners who were probably on the ropes at this point due to streaming and I won't say piracy, but piracy. They'd gone through that whole period of piracy in the early 2000s, and they're like, what can we do to keep the music business alive? It's so great to be able to go out into independent record stores and shop. And a bunch of record store owners and managers just like us got together with some labels and some bands in particular. And this book tells that story of how that happened and how you guys became a part of that, because we opened up 2 years after that in 2011 and immediately jumped right in and kind of grew with vinyl with you, getting back into vinyl. I still kept mine throughout the years, but a lot of people didn't. So it was really great to be a retailer and come into this market at a time to have something physical to sell. So exciting and so much fun to serve you guys over the years. So we really appreciate you coming out. Happy 15th RSD. So let's talk about this one. So this is a really cool hardbound book, this same book right here, but with a vinyl record in it. And the vinyl record is from a whole bunch of really cool in-stores that occurred over the past 15 years. It includes folks like Paul McCartney, Pearl Jam, Billie Eilish, Brandy Carlisle, Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit, Justin Townes Earl, Jose Gonzalez, Metallica, Mudhoney, Imagine Dragons, Regina Spektor, and Frightened Rabbit. So many great folks on this. We've got a few of these. It's reasonably priced. I think it's only 50 bucks. And again, you get the book that talks about Record Store Day and the records. So grab that baby. Next up, here we go. We're going to just dive in. We're going to be fast,
we're gonna be so
quick,
fast.
but we're going to get you through. I think we got 271 of these babies as quickly as possible.
We're going to get this in under an hour.
Yes, we're going to do it.
We'll see. All right. This is what I'm super excited about. Childish Gambino, Kauai. This is the first time it's ever been available on vinyl officially. Came out in 2014 after Because the Internet, and it's amazing. This is so good. Everybody's gonna want this.
We bought a ton of these.
We got so many.
Next up,
this
gal, Taylor Swift, The Lakes. This is a cool 7-inch that includes the album version and the original version. These are super limited, and actually they're not super limited, but Taylor Swift is super popular, if you didn't know. One thing we would ask is on this one, since we are going to have a lot of new customers in the line, hopefully, plus a lot of regular customers that love Taylor Swift, and really on all this stuff, we're trying to discourage flipping. This one in particular, because we have new fans that are out. If you don't own a Taylor Swift album, let us introduce you to Taylor Swift. We have a full bin back here, but maybe save this for somebody that already loves Taylor Swift this round, and pick up the next Taylor Swift release after you've done the deep dive into her catalog, because we really want to support the fans with all of these releases if we can. Even though we know this is going to be worth a chunk of change, it's more fun if you can actually put it on a turntable and spin it and know that you have it. So
don't be greedy.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Czarface, Armageddon. This comes with trading cards.
Cool gatefold.
Super cool gatefold.
Cool Keith. Speaking of cool, so much cool.
Yeah. Not our cool Keith. Not
yes,
our
we have cool Keith too.
He is also cool.
There are many cool Keiths. Next up, Pixies live from Coachella 2004. The iconic reunion performance on vinyl for the first time with 2 yellow and orange marbled vinyl with a D-side etching. All the big hits, Where Is My Mind, Monkey Gone to Heaven, Debaser, Gigantic. You know it. You love it. You want it.
Next up, we have The Doors, LA Woman Sessions. Hear the progression of each song as it developed right in the studio and includes the original demo of Riders on the Storm, 4 LP set.
Numbered. Next up, Grateful Dead, live at Wembley 1972. 50th anniversary of the legendary Europe 72 tour. The complete show available for the first time on 5 vinyl LPs.
Next up, we have Offspring, Greatest Hits on blue. Pretty fly for white.
You gotta keep them separated.
Yeah.
Actually, you don't, because these aren't alphabetized. You can put them however you like. Peter Tosh, Captured Live. This is either on marbled or split color vinyl. I'm not sure, but it's on color. It's got great hits like Get Up, Stand Up, Mama Africa, a cover of Johnny Be Good, 2 LP, fantastic. Can't wait to get this.
Next up, we have Blur, Bustin' and Dronin'. Remixes by Orbit, Moby, Thurston Moore, and more.
Next up, we got Art Pepper, not to be confused with Peppa the Pig. This is Analog, QRP, Bernie Grundman, you know the drill, great jazz records, remastered by Kraft Recordings.
Art Peppa the Pig.
Art Peppa the Pig.
Mashup you don't need. Cranberries, Remembering Dolores is a compilation of selected songs from the Cranberries discography curated by the band, family, and friends. Features 3 additional bonus tracks not included with the original digital release.
Next up, Handsome Boy Modeling School. So how's your girl? It's a conceptual collaboration featuring Dan the Automator. Sorry, just pulling in who he worked with. Gorillaz, Dr. Octagon, Deltron 3030, and Prince Paul. Features guest appearances by the Beastie Boys, Mike D, DJ Shadow, Grand Poobah, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, and so many more. It was a catchy fusion of old school hip hop, guitar driven alt rock, trip hop, and experimental electronica. Woo! The album was critically loved by Rolling Stone, Spin, Entertainment Weekly, NME, and more. Tongue twister.
Next, we have Mariah Carey #1s. It's Mariah's greatest hits. You know it. You love it.
What else do you need to know?
Yep.
Joan Jett and the Blackhawks Acoustics. Crazy good stuff. I Hate Myself for Loving You. Bad Reputation, School Days, good music, so many great things. And this is a precursor to a 2 LP that's going to have different songs that's going to be released later. Very cool.
We have a 15th anniversary edition of Sarah Bareilles' Little Voice, and it includes a special handwritten note from Sarah.
Very nice. Love song.
Cool.
Nice. Next up, this is not on the Record Store Day list. It was an invite-only release, a Cypress Hill box set. To commemorate the 30-year anniversary, the full album is presented as a set of 6 7-inch records presented in a hardcover casebook with built-in sleeves. Has a full-color 80-page booklet with liner notes by journalist Chris Ferroni, complete with photos and lyrics and more. Housed in a premium outer slip case, debossed with the iconic logo in metallic red foil. And again, invite only. I think we have 3 of these, something like that. So if you're going to want that, you don't have to get the invite. We had to get the invite.
Next up, we have the Black Pumas Collector's Edition box set. This is a full album across 5 7-inches and an extra 6 7-inch with 2 bonus tracks, 28-page hardcover book, artwork, prints. It's wonderful. We love it.
All right, next up, we've got Mikey Dread, Jamaican singer from the 70s who helped to popularize the genre. This is limited to 1,500 on red, gold, and green.
Next up, we have Shocking Blue, singles, Venus, Love Buzz, but it's not on here. Send me a postcard. Limited pink. They're great.
Way to show your knowledge, Emily.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
it was in my head, and then I'm like, I can't not say it.
Can't get it out. Can't
Okay,
get
sorry.
it out of my... Sorry.
Kylie Minogue.
Thank you. Chicago's full show performance from April 9th, 1971 on 3 LPs. Includes a new poster, remastered and overseen by Lee Lonhane and Tim Jessup. This is limited to 6,000 copies. Nice, thick, hard box set.
Next up, we've got Frankie and the Witch Fingers. Their self-titled sophomore album, out of print for years and remastered from the original source tapes on Busted Guts green, pink, and bone splatter vinyl.
Yummy. We got Memphis in June, Raining Sound, 12 live rockers from Greg Cartwright and Raining Sound's original Memphis lineup. This is on limited edition neon orange vinyl.
Next up is Camera Obscura, Making Money, a brilliant compilation of B-sides and rarities mined from their time on 4AD and pressed on mint-colored wax.
This is MXM Tune, True Colors from Life is Strange. This is a fantastic video game, by the way, if you haven't tried Life is Strange. This version actually takes place in a Colorado town, and there's a record store, and there's a calendar on the wall, and if you zoom into the calendar, you can actually find the distributor that we bought this record from. How cool is that? Pretty neat. But anyway, great covers of Creep and Blister in the Sun on this.
Really trippy Blister in the Sun.
Very trippy.
Yep. Cypress Hill, the 420 remixes celebrate 30 years of Cypress Hill with this 10-inch cut at 45, featuring remixes of 2 classic tracks, How I Could Just Kill a Man and Hand on the Pump.
Peppa Pig, first time on vinyl, pink. What else do you need to say about the pig?
The Cure, pornography, picture disc.
There you go. What else do you need to say? Sibo Orca, the West Coast legend, has long been praised as one of the true icons of gangsta rap. Orca has features from other legends like MC8, Paul Wall, E40, and more. First time on wax and pressed to blue vinyl.
Next, we got Joni Mitchell Blue highlights, outtakes, demos, and live tracks. James Taylor is a contributor.
We got History, America's Greatest Hits, and we got 2 different flavors for you. We've got white or blue. And if you don't know America, you do know America. We just had this exercise and played a lot of these songs. But you've got Horse with No Name, I Need You, Ventura Highway, Tin Man, Lonely People, Sister Golden Hair. So many great hits on these 2 albums. We'll be back with more America later.
Next up, we have the replacements, Unsuitable for Airplay, The Lost KFI Concert.
The Muffs, new improved Kim Shattuck demos. First ever release of demo recordings for the Muffs album, Really, Really Happy.
Next, Gojira, live at Brixton. Etched also has a song called Flying Whales. Fun fact.
Very cool. Jorma Kokkonen, Land of Heroes. Classic Jorma, guitar masterpiece. Grammy Award-winning Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee from Jefferson Airplane and Hot Tuna on marble gold and black vinyl.
And here's more America. Alternate versions of all your faves on Soapsud Green.
Next up, we got the Judy Bats, Never Before on vinyl. Their acclaimed 1991 debut record, which includes an inner sleeve with lyrics. It's pressed to olive green vinyl and limited to just 1,600 copies.
Next up, the most terrifying cover ever. Bowie Toy, 6 tracks, including unreleased rarities and remixes and live goodness.
Next up, the Catatonics, Hunted Down, a special collection of all known recordings from Syracuse's legendary 80s hardcore punk pioneers. Blistering, intense, raging American hardcore power. It includes the Holy Grail Hunted Down 7-inch, and it's on translucent green with a black splatter and limited to just 1,000.
Next up, we got Casey Musgrave's Star-Crossed Picture Disc.
Where's her butt? What? She's the same on both sides. Next up, we have Jimmy Cliff, Follow My Mind, Who Feels It Knows It, Lord, 1975 reissue on color vinyl. There you go.
Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up on red.
What else?
It's the perfect
It's
gift.
an easy sale. Next up, Christian McBride, Conversations, numbered limited 2 LP on orange vinyl with folks like Hank Jones, Regina Carter, Chick Corea, George Duke, Sting, and Roy Hargrove. There you go, Christian McBride.
The new Chili Peppers with alternate cover on silver.
Nice. We've got John Craigie, who is hailed as a modern-day troubadour, comparisons to Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger. Recorded live in Portland, Oregon. He recorded the entirety of Abbey Road and also includes some anecdotes between the songs. Pretty cool.
Next up, Willie Nelson, Austin, Texas, 1974, includes 4 bonus tracks.
Richie Hell, but not that Richard Hell. Gumbo Limbo Remixes, limited edition of 500 on bubblegum pink vinyl. This is Dogfish Head's official RSD 2020 release. By the way, we will have some swag. We've got some Dogfish Head posters for the first folks in line. We'll have some cool bags from Record Store Day, as well as some AFK bags when we run out of those, and all kinds of cool swag and raffles and giveaways. We've got, what do we have back there? We've got a Kiss Off the Soundboard Virginia Beach we're raffling off.
Yep,
We've got
Rolling Stones
Tattoo You box set. We got so much cool stuff.
Yep.
No purchase necessary for that, just got to be in the line.
Next up, The Damned Strawberries, limited red and pink swirl to celebrate its 40th anniversary. Comes with a strawberry scented inner sleeve, and really glad it's not pig scented.
That would be rough. Next up, Girl House, exclusive first ever vinyl release, includes unreleased demo A Lot, and it's on an orange flexi disc. The bonus A Lot is on. Anyway.
Next up, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Live Seeds, recorded in 92-93 and pressed to 2LP, red etched wax.
All right, on Golden Smog, the original Golden Smog, 30th anniversary of the classic covers EP with members of the Jayhawks, Replacements, and Run Westy Run.
Next up, Atenção Novo Sons do Brasil, limited red vinyl, an eclectic compilation highlighting 10 bands from the forefront of Brazil's indie music scene.
Yay, Jesse Ware! 10th anniversary deluxe edition. Limited edition gatefold 2LP set containing bonus tracks previously unavailable on vinyl.
Next up, Jeff Tate, Kings and Thieves, first vinyl release of the Queensryche frontman's debut solo album from back in 2012 on lime color vinyl.
Nico and the Faction, Camera Obscura, the final studio album from the Velvet Underground's Nico, produced by Mr. John Cale on limited edition blue.
His brother Jimmy Spinach. Next, the best of Shy Sound Records, 180 gram heavyweight translucent blue vinyl, the sound of Chicago soul.
So,
I don't know.
Dallas Carr, The Waking Hour, 1984 album by Peter Murphy of Bauhaus and Mick Karn of Japan. Fact magazine said this is one of the 20 best goth records ever made. It's on limited purple. Don't see this one every day.
Next, The Midnight Society, original soundtrack performed by ex-Weezer bassist Matt Sharp and Nick Zinner of Yeah Yeah Yeahs, limited and numbered to just 1,000 copies. We
got The Lord, which is Greg from Sun, on blue vinyl.
Next, Vampire, also known as Martin, is a 1977 American psychological horror film written and directed by the great George A. Romero, his fifth film. Its plot follows a troubled young man who believes himself to be a vampire. It was Romero's personal fave of all his films. Here's the original soundtrack by Goblin on red, 180 gram wax straight from Italy.
I love that it's Vampire or Martin.
Martin.
Perfect. Next up, Dillinger Escape Plan, Disassociation on gold ripple vinyl.
Next, Lost in Space, title themes and interviews on translucent purple.
And you will know us by The Trail of Dead on limited color vinyl. There's more dead coming.
Proclaimers, 500 miles plus bonus, BBC goodness on marbled wax.
Night Ranger, Somewhere in California on blue. We've also got a 7-inch, which we'll show you later.
Next, Gamma, original soundtrack. Enrico Simonetti, yet another creepy Italian RSD import pressed to white vinyl.
Next up, we've got Lou Reed and Chris Christopherson back in 1994 in their own words. They do a lot of talking and a little bit of singing. Bird on a Wire there, Sweet Jane, all kinds of cool stuff. Neat.
Next, Una Pistola per Ringo, another Italian RSD import from the master Ennio Morricone, pressed to clear wax.
The Jacka on Tear Glass Smoke vinyl. There you go, limited to just 2,000 units. Rest in peace.
Karen Dalton, Shuckin' Sugar. She was an American folk blues singer, guitarist, and banjo player, and associated with the early 1960s Greenwich Village folk music scene, pressed on natural vinyl at Third Man.
The Jacksons, ABC, absolutely amazing. Only 1,500 pressed on blue.
Next, Hillbillies in Hell, Volume 13. That's all you need to know.
Here, don't need to know much about this either. Laura Nero, live. There you go. Liner notes by John Cruth. First time on LP. Previously only available in Japan.
Next, L'uomo dagli occhiali a specchio, The Man with the Mirrored Glasses, original soundtrack.
Good job.
Sure, I bet it was perfect. By Sandro Brugnolini. An Italian RSD import, we're told it's an unbeatable mix of dark psychedelic themes with heavy jazz drums, exotic percussion, obsessive piano bits, creepy harpsichord, free jazz to wah-drenched psychedelia, stiff funk, and abstract avant-gardism. It's a little bit of everything.
Good job.
Thank you.
Del Shannon, his last album, recorded with Tom Petty and Mike Campbell and produced by Mr. Jeff Lynne on red vinyl.
Next, Iggy Pop, live in Berlin, 91. It's Iggy.
Debbie Gibson, picture disc. Debbie's looking good. Lost in Your Eyes, the duet. Better than me.
Next, Gun Club, live at the Hacienda, 83 on red and white split color vinyl.
Hey, Kid Creole and the Coconuts. It says the masters are masterful. Remastered in 2001. The tracks have never sounded so crisp and bottom-full. Kid Creole
What?
and the Coconuts.
Bomba Estéreo, live in Dublin.
Dublin.
Sorry.
Bamba, Dublin. It's all good.
Live album from the Grammy and 7-time Latin Grammy nominated Bogotá party band, noted for their fusion of electronica, dub, and hip hop with Colombian cumbia and champeta. This live set makes its physical debut on splatter color vinyl.
We got Stevie Nicks, Belladonna, all kinds of cool stuff on this. It's got the original album remastered and another album of early and alternate takes and soundtrack cuts. Stuff from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, heavy metal, early takes of Edge of 17, super cool.
Next, we got Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper, Brutal Planet on Industrial Bronze, cut at 45.
We already did the pornography, right?
Yeah, we did the
Okay.
pornography already. Sandy Denny, Gold Dust, commemorative 75th birthday release of her Lost live album. Her final concert makes its vinyl debut.
Echo and the Bunnymen, here we go. B-Sides and Live, 2001 to 2005 on 2 LPs of Clear. All kinds of classic Bunnymen tracks.
Next up, Miss Ego, Studying Abroad, Extended Stay, the deluxe vinyl edition release of the Hampton Roads Natives Grammy-nominated EP that includes the hit single Mystery Lady.
We've got the Allman Brothers live from 2003, a 3 LP highlight with songs like Melissa, Whipping Post, Statesboro Blues, all that good stuff, Midnight Rider, all your faves.
Next, we've got the Delvon Lamar Organ Trio live at Loveland on Pink. It's Coal Mine. We love them.
Dave Brubeck, live, 1967. We love Dave. Here's Dave. Come by Dave.
Salutations, a groovy Adult Swim curated compilation on Coke Bottle Clear.
She Wore Blue Velvet, expanded edition. All kinds of really cool stuff on there. And it's also on blue marbleized color with the original Bobby Vinton songs and a bunch of other cool stuff.
Next, we have Bleeding Hearts, Riches to Rags, half of the replacements, the Stinson Bros, R.I.P. Bob, on red.
Jazz Sabbath, Volume 2. The original creators of all this great music are finally back releasing their albums, and they're calling those Black Sabbath people to task for this. But you've got Paranoid, Snowblind, Behind the Wall of Sleep, Orchid, Black Sabbath, NIB, Symptom of the Universe, all done with jazz by some members of Black Sabbath. How cool is that?
Next, we have Joss Stone, LP1, a reissue of the Dave Stewart produced album from 2011, includes a bonus track on Purple Wax.
Here's another no-brainer, Alice in Chains, their original EP. Don't need to say much about that.
Sepultura, Revolute Songs, a limited edition picture disc of rare covers.
Toots Thielmans, he's a Belgian jazz musician known for his harmonica, guitar, and whistling skills. A bunch of jazz classics on this one, limited to just 1,000. You've got I Loves You Porgy, Summertime, Round Midnight, all kinds of great stuff. For My Lady, Bluesette.
Next is Kitty Spit, the debut album from the Canadian heavy metal band, available on vinyl for the first time on Limited Red.
Purple Disco Machine, also known as Tino Piontek. He's a German disco and house music producer and DJ. This is a limited 2 LP on Purple with a bonus poster.
Next is Maximental, Canoodling, that's what we're going to call it. The debut solo EP from Max Bemis of Say Anything, co-written and produced by longtime collaborator Will Yip. Translucent Pink with an etched B-side.
Next up, Corinne Bailey Ray, Put Your Record On, except that's not on this one. The Sea, this is her sophomore album. Guardian says it was the best album of that year on blue 180 gram vinyl. So cool.
Next is Erica de Cassier, the sensational remixes. Portuguese-born Danish singer, songwriter, and producer. These remixes are from her sophomore album, Sensational.
Judas Priest, Hero Hero, 1981 compilation of early Priest recordings on red and blue and embossed in that really nice way they've been doing those last few records. Sweet.
Next, Roy Ayers, Virgo Vibes, five cool, funky jazz tracks featuring musicians such as Joe Henderson, Charles Tolliver, and the mysterious pianist Ronnie Clark, Herbie Hancock playing under a pseudonym, all on limited edition red.
Next up, we've got The Sound, Counting the Days. They're English post-punk, critically revered, and this is their only compilation. It's on 2LP Clear. A lot of bands quoted them as their inspiration, but they never really made it, even though the critics loved them.
Next is Calm Venus, The Uneventful Vacation, which are Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes and Tim Casher from Cursive. All analog mastering of the sophomore album from the Omaha-based band on red and black smoke vinyl.
Next up, La Femme, Paradigms. Following the release of their much-acclaimed third album, Paradigms, in 2021, the French band released exclusive digital bonus tracks. We've got them all on analog now. Paradigms received praises from major U.S. outlets such as Pitchfork, calling it perhaps the best rock band in France now, Flaunt, which said one of our favorite bands in the world, and Brooklyn Vegan, which said it's a terrific record, and many more.
Next, we've got the Buena Vista Social Club, Eora Me de Peña. Features previously unheard recordings from the original 96 session that produced the classic Grammy-winning album.
Next up, we've got The Walkmen, Lisbon. This is a deluxe reissue of their 2010 release with additional B-sides.
Next, we've got Pete Krebs and the Gossamer Wings. I Know It by Heart from Portland, Oregon, 20th anniversary reissue, limited to just 500.
The Grouch, originally released in 2008 following the birth of his daughter. The record takes the Grouch on a new path of growth and maturation as he navigates his new world of fatherhood. At 15 tracks, the album features appearances from Murs, Biasco, Scarab, Mike Marshall, Raphael Sadiq, Abstract Rude, Marty James, and One Block Radius, the first official vinyl release, and it's pressed on red and blue Starburst.
Next, we have The World of Ben Vaughn. Ben's celebrated artistic career will come full circle with this release, or return his roots, his recording roots, that is. If you don't know Ben, he's produced folks like Ween, Los Straitjackets, Nancy Sinatra, and Charlie Feathers, and collabed with cool cats like Alex Chilton. By our count, this is Ben's gazillionth record.
He's got a gazillion records for sure. Check him out.
Yeah.
Some albums from some Bill Evans. We got two different versions here for you. Bernie Grunman, RTI, analog. If you know, you know. And I know you know.
Next, we have Kirk Hammett, Portals. This is a solo debut from the Metallica guitarist on Ocean Blue.
Also have a CD for that.
Yes.
Bernard Butler, People Move On, the B-Sides. The ex-London Suede guitarist released his first solo album, People Move On, in 1998 to great critical acclaim and commercial success. This collection brings together for the first time on vinyl a collection of original and re-vocaled B-sides from the People Move On project. This is on 180-gram white vinyl.
Next we have Dave Davies, Kinked, 10 Years of Solo Gems by the founding member of the Kinks on pink and blue on 180-gram vinyl.
Next up, we got Panama Soul Gems, pressed on limited edition white, red, and blue splatter vinyl. This treasure is based on the musical richness experienced in the time of the Panama Canal, in which many cultures converged and gave life to never-before-seen mixes of rhythms such as soul, funk, calypso, etc. This is the first time on wax.
Rocky Erickson and the Explosives, Halloween 2 Live 2007. Features never-before-released live recordings of the horror rock band from the Bowery Ballroom in New York City, pressed on white vinyl, and includes exclusive live performance DVD.
Next up, The Sheila Divine, Where Have My Countrymen Gone, is the second album from the Boston indie rock heroes. A full 20 years after the album's release, it will finally receive its long overdue debut on vinyl, complete with a download card featuring previously unreleased bonus tracks on Cloudy Clear.
Next, we have L'Impératrice Venifraise. Iconic title of the French sextet is released on vinyl for the first time, born from a radio edit for a DJ set in 2015. The title was an immediate and dazzling success with more than 60 million streams.
Next up, we've got Santana Splendiferous. This is a compilation with folks like will.i.am, Steven Tyler, Seal, and Tina Turner. Cool.
Next up, Simple Minds 5x5 Live. On vinyl for the first time, this features live recordings and bonus tracks from the Glasgow band, pressed on 3 180-gram red, white, and blue vinyl discs.
All right, next up, we've got Portraits of Her. This is a really cool compilation by Record Store Day and Vans, which includes artists like Taylor Swift, Kay Flay, Laura Jane Grace, Banks, Princess Nokia, Bully, Julian Baker, Girl in Red. So many cool bands on this record. Check it out.
Next up, we have Satan's Pilgrims, a Portland, Oregon surf rock band live from Jackpot Records on Lime Green.
Next up, St. Vincent, The Nowhere Inn, the official soundtrack for The Nowhere Inn, starring St. Vincent and Carrie Brownstein. It features 3 original songs from Annie and is pressed on orange vinyl.
Next, Wipers, Over the Edge, Clear Red with Magenta, High Melt, and Etching. Bonus side of Rare Mixes, Kevin Gray, RTI.
We don't know what High Melt is, but it sounds cool.
Don't know what High Melt is.
Speaking of High Melt, Jazz Dispensary, Super Skunk, returns with a gravy new compilation that zigzags in the sonic space between the hard bop saxophone extravaganza of Cannonball Adderley and Houston Pearson to the rhythmic meditations of Woody Herman and the Bar-Kays, pressed on opaque red.
All of the Jazz Dispensary comps are amazing.
Yes, they are.
Can't
wait.
Next.
We loaded up.
Yes, we did. Tanyet by Silly People on Clear Blue. Instrumentals, Psych Rock by The Wrecking Crew and Rye Cooter and others.
And if you don't know The Wrecking Crew, they were like the session musicians for all of your favorite albums. Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, they were on everything. Mamas and the Papas, million different albums they played on. Next up, Charles Bonante and Friends, Moving Pictures. Charlie follows up his acclaimed Silver Linings Quarantine album with an EP featuring 5 Rush songs with an all-star lineup. Alex Skolnick from Testament, Ra Diaz from Suicidal Tendencies, Brandon Yeagley from Crowbot, and Mi-Young Kim from Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Really cool, and they've just tracked it exactly like Moving Pictures.
Yep. Opeth, My Arms, Your Hearse, 2 LP, Purple White Swirl.
Next up, Belinda Carlisle, the Heaven and Earth Tour, celebrating 35 years of Belinda as a solo artist. This 2 LP live recording includes versions of all her biggest hits, including Heaven is a Place on Earth, Circle in the Sand, Runaway Horses, and Summer Rain. First time on vinyl on blue.
The Knack, live at the House of Blues on Baby Blue.
My Sharona.
My Sharona.
Lou Reed on So Free, his legendary 1970-something demos from his first recording session as a solo artist. 1971, there it is, I can read.
Next up is Jim Jones, Hustlers, Product of My Environment, first time on wax, metallic gold.
Not to be confused with Jim Jones, we got Jesus Jones, Scratch. Japanese compilation album originally released in 1993 on CD only, including a collection of rarities and remixes that are not found on any of the band's studio albums. This is pressed on blue and yellow marbled vinyl. Right here, right now.
Next up, Sleep Token, Sundowner, their mysterious mass British progressive metal collective. This reissue of their first release is limited to just 500 and pressed to black-white split vinyl.
Next up, Mingus, the lost album from Ronnie Scott's first official release, never before released live recording of the jazz icon from Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club in London, captured in August 1972, mastered by Bernie Grunman, limited, hand-numbered. There you go. Thick, numbered, nice.
Next up, Tennis System, Autophobia, 5th full-length LP from the Punk Shoegaze Masters.
We're going too fast. We're going to slow it down. We're going to slow it down a little. Take a drink of water. We got some water back here. Next up, Wye Oak, If Children, their debut album, available on vinyl for the first time on red and white splatter. Cheers.
Social. Tiny Tim. Girl with Brave Combo, 25th anniversary edition on pink. It's Tiny Tim doing these songs. Girl, Bye Bye Blackbird, New York, New York, Stairway to Heaven, Hey Jude, Over the Rainbow.
Across the Universe.
Across the Universe, Obla Di Obla Da. Yeah, so.
That's what I'm saying. Motorhead, I'm showing you 2, and we've got Lemmy in the background. So cool. The Lost Tapes Volume 2, previously unreleased live album on double blue vinyl, a venomous live set from the Snake Bite Love Tour, recorded in 1998.
We've had Art Pepper, we've had Peppa Pig, now get ready for Pepper Adams.
Woo! All the pepper.
All the pepper. Live at the Room at the top, previously unreleased live recordings from 1972, mastered by Kevin Gray from the original master tapes, includes extensive booklet with rare photos, essays, and interviews.
Speed, Glue, and Schenke, Eve. The trio released their debut in 1971, but immediately split up. This is the lost Japanese psychedelic masterpiece, available for the first time in the US, pressed on multicolored vinyl.
Next up, the Shankar Family and Friends,
Woo.
I Am Missing You, and Lust B-Side from Dark Horse Records, with a collab from some dude named George on Blue.
George who? Didn't he own that record label on
No.
Dark Horse? I don't know. Ultravox, Live at the Rainbow, 1977, 45th anniversary edition on vinyl for the very first time.
Asia Triple X, limited edition half-speed master picture disc of their 2012 reunion album.
Do the Hustle.
I can't do the hustle because I'm on a stool. Edgar Froese, Epsilon in Malaysian Pale. First time on wax by the founder of Tangerine Dream. Bowie gushed, it's the most beautiful, enchanting, poignant work. Quite lovely. The background to my life when I was living in Berlin on Green.
Stiff Little Fingers, BBC Live in Concert, featuring recordings from London 1981 and Norwich 1982. Captures the energy and power of Belfast's favorite punks on pale blue off-white vinyl.
Next up we have May, original soundtrack, first time on vinyl, and it's on color, we just don't know what.
Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers 88, 35th anniversary of their final studio album. Available for the first time on vinyl, all analog mastering from the original tapes by Mr. Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, and is pressed on Hot Nights Sky Blue vinyl.
Next up is Bad Company, live 1979 on Orange.
Now we've got High Pulp, Mutual Attraction Volume 3. The band steps into the R&B hip-hop world as they perform their fresh takes on 3 Frank Ocean tracks from the Endless album.
Next, Pete Townshend's Deep End, Face to Face on Yellow.
With all kinds of amazing Who stuff and Pete Townsend stuff. It's like your greatest hits. I'm going to let you do this because there's lots of...
Oh, okay.
You do such a great job
Yeah,
of pronouncing.
so great.
Scott Walker, Boy Child, Best of 1967 to 1970. The complete 1990 collection on vinyl for the first time, with 4 bonus tracks and new liner notes by Jarvis Cocker on white vinyl.
Next, Bruno Nicolai, La Gama Rossa Uccide 7 Volte, or The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, 50th anniversary of the Italian horror masterpiece, restored and remastered from the original master tapes, pressed to blood red vinyl.
We have the band that says Ni! Erasure, the companion EP to the Neon, limited edition one-time pressing, and pressed on purple vinyl.
Next we have Future DS2 on teal.
Chet Baker Trio live in Paris, never before released recordings across 3 LPs, hand-numbered and mastered by Kevin Gray.
Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells.
You know it,
You
you
know
love
it.
it, you want it. Isn't that Tubular Bells 2 or something?
Oh, maybe.
The Whole Darn Family, 7 minutes of funk, ain't nothing but something to do. The Richmond, Virginia-based funk group brings a cult favorite that has been sampled by countless hip-hop artists. There you go, Richmond, Virginia, represent.
Next, Nico, live at the Hacienda 83 on purple.
We got Black Label Society, Alcohol-Fueled Brutality, live. First time on vinyl in the U.S., 180 gram, pressed on colored wax.
Sheena Easton singles on pink.
We've got The Everlast, Whitey Ford Sings the Blues, his Grammy-nominated multi-platinum sophomore album, and first following his departure from House of Pain, which was released in 1998.
Next, Maria Callas, pure, glittering selection of opera favorites that showcase her unique voice and heartbreaking portrayal of tragic heroines.
Next up, we got Max Roach, We Insist, an avant-garde masterpiece directly addressing the racial and political issues of its day. It's one of the most important artistic statements of the civil rights movement and one of the most groundbreaking jazz albums of all time. Remastered by the Grunman from original tapes and pressed to clear vinyl. Grunman and Gray, those G guys, get around.
They're busy. Next, we have Patti Smith, curated by Record Store Day. It's Patti Classics.
Yep.
It's great.
Gloria.
Because the night, Gloria.
Yep, all the good stuff. David Bowie, Brilliant Adventure EP, 4 unheard tracks from the Outside era, including Johnny, downloaded an early including Johnny Downloader, which was an early version of I'm Afraid of Americans, recorded during this session with Brian Eno.
Next, we have Coolio's debut. It takes a thief. I thought I was going to say it wrong. Fantastic Coolio.
Next up, Rizzle Kick, Stereotypical, first ever reissue of the Brighton hip hop duo's 2011 album, pressed to green vinyl.
Next up, Johnny Marr, Spirit, Power, and Soul, Vince Clarke remix. You know him. He's from my band.
We got Everything But the Girl, 40th anniversary of their debut single, remastered at Abbey Road Studios.
5th anniversary of Rex Orange County's Apricot Princess. I love this album.
We've got Electronic Remix mini album, Bernard Sumner of New Order and Johnny Marr of the Smiths, a side project, a 6-track EP. Very cool.
And so we got Chief Keef, Sorry for the Way on red, black, and white marble vinyl.
We got Kenny Garrett, Sketches of Maryland. Cool. Live at the Iridium featuring Farrah Sanders. Live concert on vinyl for the first time, numbered and on red wax.
Got some Doctor Who, read by David Tennant on Soundwaves Green.
Larry Coryell, Fairyland, recorded live in 1971 during the Jazz Festival in Montreux. It's a highly regarded jazz fusion live album on marbled pink and white.
Wallow's singles collection on Sky Blue. It's gonna be a brawl.
It's gonna be a brawl, but we got a lot.
We did.
Next, the Ramones, the Sire albums, 1981 to 1989, includes 6 LPs, 5 on vinyl for the very first time this century. Also includes a new exclusive rarities LP on splatter vinyl and a Ramones sticker sheet. Fun. Look at that. Look at all those Ramones records. Hey ho, let's go.
Donna Summer 40th anniversary picture disc.
We've got Cold War Kids, Zowie Selects, or Zoe, I don't know which.
Zoe, maybe.
It's Zowie. This 10-song compilation features a track list of faves from Cold War Kids' New Age norms, selected by superfan and friend Zowie or Zoe on metallic silver.
Next, Lumineers, Bright Side, bonus tracks on black with white splatter.
We've got Howard Wales, Rendezvous with the Sun, a psychedelic fusion of funk, jazz, and rock by the keyboard maestro, known for his work with Grateful Dead frontman Jerry Garcia on their collaborative album Hooter Roll, pressed on 180-gram vinyl.
Next, Gong in the 70s, first time on vinyl, features performances drawn from the 70s, which is seen as a key time in the development of the band. Deluxe double LP includes double album jacket, printed inner sleeves, and 1 sticker, pressed to purple, pink, and blue and yellow.
Trippy, man. Next up, Elton John, the complete Tom Bell sessions. Brings together the full recording sessions featuring the singles Are You Ready for Love and the top 10 hit Mama Can't Buy You Love, pressed on Soulful Lavender.
Next, we have Gavin Rossdale, Wanderlust, original 12-track album containing the smash hit Love Remains the Same. First time on vinyl, includes download.
Rory Gallagher, The Amazing, live in San Diego, 1974. So I'm open for Rush once. Previously unreleased live concert recording mastered at Abbey Road.
Next up, LA Guns, Waking the Dead, 2000 classic, available for the first time on vinyl, red, white, and blue splatter.
We've got another curated Sun Records collection, Sam Phillips years, number 9 this is, the 70th anniversary of Sun Records and the 15th anniversary of Record Store Day, with 12 tracks produced by Sun Records founder Sam Phillips. The track list for this compilation was carefully curated by the hardworking people in record stores themselves, like us. Nice.
Like Lana Del Rey was inspired by this lady. This is Dana Gillespie, Foolish Sessions, one of the great lost albums of 60s British pop. Very rare and sought after album, was only ever released in the US, and over the years its reputation among collectors has only grown, complete with 2 unreleased tracks and sleeve notes by Dana herself.
Cool. We got Madonna, Who's That Girl, Super Club Mix, a 5-track maxi EP celebrating the 35th anniversary of Madonna's soundtrack for her film Who's That Girl on red vinyl.
We have this on vinyl and CD. This is Middle Eastern Soul of Carly Records, collects the early works of Soren Baronian. Over 3 LPs, this set includes his early 50s work with the Nor Ikes and his early 70s albums. This monster is a barrage of Middle Eastern clarinet, oud, doumbek, kanun, sax, tambourine, wild percussion, and kaval, along with finger cymbals and the occasional vocal from some of his favorite belly dancers.
I've never even heard of so many of those instruments. It's crazy. I
Probably
think they made
said
it up.
a lot of them wrong, so if so, I apologize.
Detective, remastered from original analog tapes for its first vinyl pressing since 1977, pressed on silver vinyl.
Next, Robert Lester Folsom, Music and Dreams, the 1976 private issue masterpiece, available again on blue sea glass vinyl.
We got Ron Sexsmith, Long Player Late Bloomer, first time ever colored vinyl and first ever RSD release for cult Canadian singer-songwriter's 11th and most celebrated album on green wax.
Betty Harris, the Lost Queen of New Orleans Soul, 17 tracks written and produced by Alan Toussaint and featuring the Meters, all originally recorded in New Orleans between 64 and 69, limited one-off pressing on green vinyl.
That is crazy cool. Suzanne Vega, Close-Up Extras, 12 bonus tracks from the Close-Up series on vinyl for the first time on crystal colored vinyl.
Next up, Superchunk, Incidental Music 91 and 95, newly remastered for RSD, a collection of B-sides and unreleased tracks from their fruitful early period. Available on color for the first time ever, 2LP pressed in green and yellow.
And appropriately pressed from their label, Merge Records.
8.
Ryan Hamilton, 1221. Hamilton, a favorite on Little Steven's Underground Garage, released a song on the 12th of the month every month in 2021. This release collects them all.
Next, Mother Mother, Oh My Heart, sophomore album from the Canadian indie rock band, originally released in 2008, first time available on picture discs.
Next up, we've got And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead, The Century of Self, the 2009 alt-rock album on limited edition blue vinyl.
Next, U2, A Celebration, celebrate 40 years of their 7th single, originally released in 82 with this repress on 180-gram vinyl. Includes 2 previously unreleased recordings, Trash, Trampoline, and The Party Girl.
Awesome. Which they played, I think, every time I saw them. I saw them twice, so yeah. Latin Legends
They
Live.
played it twice.
They played it at least
At
twice. Originally released in 1997, the compilation features legendary artists Malo, El Chicano, and Tierra live in concert at Southern California's famous Latin venue, The Hop. With all 3 groups celebrating 25 years in show business, this historic set captures what may have been Latin music's hottest night ever, first time on vinyl.
Rain Parade, Explosions in the Glass Palace. The 1984 Paisley Underground classic gets its first color vinyl release and its first U.S. reissue. Expanded edition includes bonus track liner notes and is pressed on Magenta Sky.
Magenta Sky. Jeannie C. Riley, Harper Valley PTA, out of print since the 1970s. It's finally coming back to vinyl with a limited edition color vinyl pressing, including new liner notes from Jeannie herself, including a bonus insert with additional photos.
Next, Dead Famous People, Lost Persons Area, UK RSD, the long-lost release from New Zealand's cult favorites, is back on vinyl for the first time in 36 years. Revolutionary inversion on Brill-building songcraft, crammed with humor, drama, and joy.
Next up, Strange Behavior, original soundtrack. First ever release of this legendary Tangerine Dream score from 1981. It's never been available in any format until now on colored vinyl.
The Nightingales, Hysterics, this deluxe expanded edition of the second album from the British post-punkers, includes the original album, a variety of singles, 1 B-side, and a bonus unreleased cover performed by Toxic Shock, all pressed to limited edition silver.
All right, we got a CD here, Lil Wayne, Sorry for the Wait. His 2011 mixtape is back for the first time in its original form as a commercial release. This 2022 version arrives with 4 new songs.
Wise Blood, The Innocents, originally released in 2014. Her second album is available again on Nuclear Pawn color vinyl, exclusively for RSD.
We've got a Blondie 7-inch, Sunday Girl, the 1979 #1 smash hit remastered from the original analog tapes. Deluxe gatefold double 45 set, includes the English and French versions. 1979 live recording and Chris and Debbie's home demo recording on yellow wax.
5 Americans, Western Union, come for the title track and hit single, stay for the album, full of jangly pop that verges on bubblegum, pressed on Abnac Records signature gold color wax.
We got the Foo Fighters, a special 7-inch single featuring 2 Foo reversioned by some of their musical friends. Making a Fire reversion by Mark Ronson and Chasing Birds reversion by Preservation Hall Jazz Band. Cool. Rip
Jetstar.
Taylor Hawkins.
Sorry. Jetstar, The Rock Sides, the label's first ever compilation of rare and unissued garage and rockabilly on color vinyl.
Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, Magic Secrets 2022. Don't know why you got to say High Flying Birds with this accent, but demos of We're Going to Get There in the End. We are going to get there in the end, Emily.
Good.
And Trying to Find a World That's Been and Gone, Part 1, which were released digitally at short notice as a New Year goodwill message from Noel to fans in 2021 and 2022, respectively, numbered and includes exclusive artwork.
It was a lot. That was too much
It was a
information.
lot.
Next, Chuck Prophet, Age of Miracles, available for the first time on vinyl since 2004. Similar to that of a loosely defined alt country genre, pressed limited pink marble.
Vince Guaraldi, baseball theme, the first ever 7-inch single release of the Guaraldi Classic. Includes the original 1964 soundtrack version as well as an alternate studio take pressed on white vinyl. Snoop on the back. There you go. Snoop Doggy Dog.
The Rubinos, a reissue of a debut power pop album, available. Rubinos?
I don't know.
It's 2 O's, it's ooh.
Ooh.
Anyway, think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Steve Earle and the Dukes, Up Against the Wall, Redneck, Mother, Night Rider's Lament. The band covers 2 songs made famous by Jerry Jeff Walker on clear vinyl.
Thomas Dolby, Hyperactive, Blue.
Wise Blood, A Certain Kind, Everybody's Talking, covers of songs originally recorded by Soft Machine and Fred Neil on Blood Starburst color vinyl.
Rockabye Baby, lullaby renditions of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On.
Duran Jones, Power to the People, 100th 45 that Coal Mine has released. And what better way to celebrate than with one of their most prominent artists? This mix of Power to the People was the first new recording by the band after their self-titled album has been released. B-side is Never Heard 'Em Say.
Def Leppard, High and Dry, Picture Disc.
Hey, what else do you need to know? Alan Vega, Jukebox Babe. This is the first time his big hit has been reissued, and it will be back with an early unreleased version of one of Alan's favorite tracks, Speedway, on hot pink vinyl.
Stones, more Hot Rocks, glow in the dark vinyl.
What else do you need to know? Slang, Escalator, Charlie D includes Side A, Escalator, featuring Vic Chestnut on lead vocals and a song he penned in remembrance of his friend Michael Hauser from Widespread Panic. Side B is Charlie D, which is a Slang remix. They delivered high-octane New Orleans funk in this remix of a live performance from the Dirty Dozen Brass Band, first time on vinyl.
Oh no, it's Steve-O! And oh yes, it's a picture disc.
She scared me. Truly, you scared me.
Sorry.
Twisted, I tried to warn you. She didn't warn me. Exclusive track with a remix by producer Fritz the Cat, available on this 7-inch die-cut picture disc and absolutely nowhere else. Look, it's numbered. We got number 235. Cool.
Maria McKee, Peddlin' Dreams, UK RSD, a lost gem, never released on vinyl, from the reawakened singer-songwriter. All music mused. It's moving, utterly beautiful, carefully and artfully wrought. It's the work of a masterful songwriter whose senses of time, place, and character are impeccable.
Impeccable? Night Ranger, we tried to warn you. Here it is. Wasted Time, 2 unreleased, never before available tracks from the recording session of the band's most recent release on green vinyl.
Next we have Judy in Disguise with Glasses from John Fred and his Playboy Band. First ever vinyl reissue of the 60s underground psychedelic bubblegum pop nugget, pressed on psychedelic
Judy
purple.
in the Sky, Lucy in the Sky. We got Blue Stingrays, Grits and Eggs, Dawn Patrol, 2 bonus tracks from their original recording sessions from their Surf and Burn album. Includes a free Stingrays guitar pick. Nice.
Brian Bennett, Voyage, a journey into discoid funk, the impossibly futuristic and funky 1978 album from the Shadows drummer, first ever vinyl release in the US, and first ever color release, blue and black swirl.
Next up, Brazil 45, curated by Kenny Dope, features 10 knockout tracks and exclusive edits from Kenny and is a selection of some of his favorites from the golden era of Brazilian music. 5 unique 7 inches in a limited edition box. Sweet.
Sarah Kay's Struck by Lightning EP, 7-track blue vinyl EP, including the hit breakup anthem, Struck by Lightning. Oh, you're stealing my vinyl.
I'm stealing your vinyl. You can do one.
Okay.
While I get back.
Mary Lou Lord, She'd Be a Diamond. This new collection includes her Kill Rockstar singles, compilation, rarities, and covers of the Beavis Fron, Pink Floyd, Dylan, Daniel Johnson, Lucinda Williams, and East River Pipe, among others.
Where Are You, Jay Bennett? Featuring 2 albums by the late Jay Bennett from Wilco, alongside a DVD of the 2021 feature-length documentary, Where Are You, Jay Bennett? Packaged in a gatefold jacket.
Voivod, Angel Rat, first North American vinyl release of the 91 prog metal masterpiece, Deep Purple with Lime Green Swirl.
Punk 45, I'm a Mess, DIY or Die, Art, Trash, and Neon, Punk 45s in the UK, 1977 to 78. A new collection of rare 75s from the UK as a one-off pressing limited edition double album with a bonus 7-inch from Soul Jazz Records.
It Happened at the Hop. First ever compilation highlighting the deep doo-wop and teen frenzy from Hollywood's Edison International label, featuring cuts only available on rare 45s and previously unissued gems.
Also got a CD for that.
Yeah, showed it.
Oh, good, cool. Giant Sand, Tucson, UK RSD, 10-year anniversary of the mythic rock opera, expanded edition with a host of remixes by John Parrish, Ollie Chant, and Chris Schultz.
Groundhog's Hogwash. UK RSD, their glorious 1972 comeback album, includes 6 previously unreleased live tracks from the BBC concert archives.
Next up, Darlene Love, The Many Sides of Love. 15 songs spanning over 50 years, none ever released on vinyl before, includes a 4-page insert with liner notes on teal wax.
Next we have Melanie C. Northern Star. Sporty Spice's debut solo album on vinyl for the very first time includes 3 bonus tracks and a D-side etching.
And this is some unofficial stuff that we brought in. It's really great. 50-Foot Wave Bath White, a super rare 2016 EP from Kristen Hirsch. This is a UK RSD release limited to just 300 in the United States. And I'm going to keep going because I got another one right here.
Oh, okay.
Power and Light, also a UK RSD, an essential release from the Throwing Muses offshoot, helmed by Kristen Hirsch and Bernard Georges, limited to 300 copies in the US.
Tesseract, Polaris limited edition picture disc version of the English prog metal band's critically acclaimed 2015 debut album.
We got Bardo Pond, Buffo Alvarius, debut release documenting the very beginnings of one of Philly's most celebrated and influential psychedelic outfits on white vinyl.
Udo Dirkschneider, My Way. The German metal icon celebrates his 70th birthday with this album of covers on white, black, and blue marbled vinyl and includes a signed photo card.
Next up, we've got A.R. Kane Americana, a compilation of singles and rare tracks from the British duo's earlier releases, presenting an overview of A.R. Kane's work, bridging the new wave and R&B genres on Green Hazed Days color vinyl. Green Hazed Days.
Pharaohs in the Basement recorded live in 72 with the original 11-member ensemble plus 4 more, but not released until 96 when their only full album was reissued for fans of Funkadelic, Sun Ra, Tribe, and Black Jazz.
We've got Nick Lowe, Wireless World, combines the US and UK track listing of his polyonymous debut solo album on green dustbin splatter vinyl. And I love the sound of Breaking Glass. I just want to say that. Right on this album, what a good song.
Soul Power 68, long lost collection of Treasure Isle, Rocksteady, and Soul Gems from 1968, brought to us by the fine folks at Trojan Records, pressed on purple.
Conan and Aid Moccasin, It's Just Wind. In 2018, Conan assembled an A-list of musicians to make the album that had been stirring in his father Aid for 40 years or more. This is a download card including 4 exclusive songs from Aid's band in 1970, Autumn Stone.
Did you do this one already?
I didn't.
Okay. Sorry, I saw it in the front earlier and I thought. Tegan and Sarah, Still Jealous, So Jealous, mix up, Tegan doing Sarah's parts, Sarah doing Tegan's parts.
So good. My favorite Tegan and Sarah album, by the way. Saw that tour. So great.
Almost there. We got 4 minutes.
All right. We got 4 minutes. We got 4 records. We can do this. Here we go. So this is stuff that's rolling in tomorrow, possibly today even, but we should have by Record Store Day. Here you go. Dermot Kennedy, Doves and Ravens, 5th anniversary edition of his debut EP, pressed to clear 12-inch vinyl.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Altered Reels, available for the first time on vinyl, features the legendary cassette mixes of their first 2 #1 singles, Relax and 2 Tribes.
Relax.
Housed in a newly created Philip Marshall sleeve, these versions are previously unreleased and long sought after in this format.
Next up, we've got Albert Ayler, Revelations, the complete ORTF 1970 Foundation Mite recording. Officially available for the first time, includes 2 hours of never-before-heard recordings of the saxophonist presented chronologically. Its 5 180-gram LPs are split into a double gatefold and trifold jacket, both housed in a deluxe slipcase. Mastered on vinyl by the legendary sound engineer Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio.
Surprise! And last, but certainly not least, Glass Animals, 12-inch picture disc of their single, I Don't Want to Talk, I Just Want to Dance. Their first new music following the colossal album Dreamland that featured the record-breaking hit Heat Waves.
Nice. So we sure hope to see you guys Saturday. You can message us now, ask details. You can call us, 757-962-1996. We'll tell you how many of these we're getting. Again, first come, first serve. No need to even ask if you want it held, because we can't hold it for you. Details, again, go to the Facebook event page. Super excited. I think this is going to be the biggest RSD yet. We are pumped. We are loaded. We've got it all for the first time ever. So exciting. Hope to see you guys soon. Have any questions, let us know. Have a great week and have a great weekend. See you then.
Bye.